Hi, my name's Gary. I'm an alcoholic. When I finally slithered into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, I had been living in a very dark place for quite a while. I lived in a world of motorcycles and violence and taking advantage of anyone whom I could meet. My day usually began with waking up or coming to and deciding what I was going to do first, whether it be smoke a cigarette, take a drink, or go to the toilet. That was kind of a dilemma for me on a regular basis. One day I came to, and I couldn't stand who I had become. I couldn't stand what I'd become, and I couldn't take how I felt every day. I knew that if I didn't get help on that very day, that I was going to die. And for some reason, I still had a desire to live. I felt like I was a candle and someone had just blown out the flame. Fortunately, I was able to get into the local detox here in Fort Myers, Florida, and they took one look at me and said, maybe you just ought to lay down for a while and take a rest. So that's what I did. And when I woke up, they fed me, which was a little bit different, and I had some food that day. And then they told me that I was going to a meeting that night. I had never been to a meeting before, and I didn't know what it could do or what it might do for me. I had heard of AA. I just didn't think it was for a guy like me. I went into that meeting and I sat down and I heard the Serenity Prayer. I had never heard it before as much as I could remember, but it really had an influence upon my life. And I took a lot of time to learn it in a hurry and said it a lot all the time. Then I heard the first step, where I was told that I was powerless over alcohol. For many years, I just thought I was screwed. How could this happen to a guy like me? I had been well educated. I was quite intelligent. I built and ruined businesses. I had my first wife divorce me because she didn't want to see where this was all going. She had seen it before in other people that she knew. Once I found out I was powerless, that gave me a bunch of hope. I knew I was unmanageable by what was going on in my life. But I didn't know what to do. However, I was willing to take suggestions and do what the other people told me to do because I didn't know anything else to do. So I want to talk about my morning routine now as opposed to what it used to be. Today, when I wake up and I don't come to anymore, the first thing I do is roll out of bed and get on my knees and recite the third step prayer and ask my higher power to help me to be a better man today and to see what I can do to help another person. Then I go do some nice things like brush my teeth, take a shower. And when I got out of the shower, I wipe off the mirror and I look at it and say, Gary, I love you. And then I recite the third step prayer again to myself and the 7-step prayer. And that's how my day begins today. After that, I generally will take a little walk and try and commune with nature because it's such a big part of my higher power. After that, I'll come back and sit on my lanai and read a couple pages out of the big book. Because I was at a big book study once, and one of the presenters said that every day he reads a couple of pages out of the big book. That way he reads a big book 4 times a year. My wife today appreciates who I am and likes the fact that I do things like this and says that always, no matter what, if I have to do something for my sobriety, it comes before anything else in our life. And I appreciate that, and it's great that I'm in a relationship like that. That's all I've got. Thank you.